The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café. This is the United Podcast Network.
If you're planning for buying or selling a home, the real estate crew's got news for you at the Real Estate House Party.
With attorney Rick Carter,
Real Estate House Party.
paralegal Kathy Holtshouser,
Real Estate House Party. Come in, have fun.
and comedian Tony V. Here's real estate attorney Rick Carter.
Welcome and thanks for joining us here on the Real Estate House Party.
Tony's nervous.
Tony's nervous.
No, I'm fine.
You
You
sure?
seem nervous.
No, I'm all
Am I
right.
making you nervous, Tony?
No.
You were rambling there a couple seconds ago, and
I
all
know.
all of a sudden the
The taser.
right.
The taser came
Yeah,
out.
I have stage fright.
He's afraid it was going to come out of my mouth.
I know that's what he was really nervous about. There's no
he has
problem
every
going on
right.
stage, but not with you.
No. I was just checking my wallet to make sure I wasn't married to Kathy. That's all.
And we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, we'll leave it right there.
I don't think we're going to leave it at that.
No, we
Oh,
might
yeah.
have to.
I don't think we're going to leave it at that.
No, we were just talking in general before the show.
About marriage.
Right. About marriage.
And
in
how
general.
much it sucks.
Well, how in reality it's not natural.
Right.
You know what I mean? That
The
We're
cavemen
supposed
were
to
only
be-
supposed to live till like
we're
25
supposed to be
years
dead
old.
by now.
Right, that's the thing.
Right.
Right. In olden times, we would be the elders.
Right.
You know,
Right.
And then we would have died, and they would have lived
Right.
happily ever
Ever
after.
after.
We're
Right.
not dead right now, so you're just treating the relationship as it was, right?
Right,
Is that
right.
what you're thinking?
Right.
All right.
But I was musing. Yeah. I was musing about, it's an institution, marriage,
Yeah,
right?
it certainly is.
A construct.
Can we jump back
of
a second?
society.
Even the fact that you qualify that as an institution.
It is, right.
It is.
It doesn't
Right.
sound,
Oh, right.
you know what I mean?
And it's a
It's a mental institution. Where all the crazy
that's
people
where
go.
we're headed.
Right.
Yes,
Right,
exactly.
No, and it's a construct of society to make it more manageable. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Right. Otherwise, everybody would just
Everybody else
be
would just-
willy-nilly.
Right.
Yeah.
And there'd be kids floating around with no one taking care of them.
Right.
You know,
And who's
'cause
paying the
guys-
mortgage?
Right. I understand that.
So there
But
was
they-
logistics.
So do you think it's economy based? Is this a capitalism?
I don't know. I mean, because
Or
I
just-
think it predates capitalism, doesn't
Right.
it?
Well, I don't know.
No, but he has
I
a
don't
good
know.
point. Who's taking care of the damn kids?
That's what I think it all came down to. Hey,
Right.
there's all these kids running around. They need.
It's like me and you need to
lunch
stay
money.
together. Right.
Right.
We need to stay together and,
Right. Right now,
corral the kids in.
also marriages go on past kids.
Right.
That's when I
That's
think
where
you
it
should
should
bust up. It shouldn't be death.
I
do
got
us
5
part.
months then.
Right.
I got 5 months.
It shouldn't be death do us part. It should be kids do us part.
college graduation.
Right. Yeah.
There should be divorce papers that come right
nice
after.
Nice job. I got gambling to do.
You made it this far.
Right.
We've all made it this far.
You've done a night.
Let's move on.
Let's go.
So you were wondering
Yeah.
who the first to get
There's got-
married.
right. Was it a proclamation or
No, yeah,
there had
I
to be
know
a
what you mean.
time like there.
And who came up with that stupid idea?
Like you're hanging around the cave, and then some woman looks at it, the guy and goes, "Hey, 4 caves down, they're married." And the guy had to go, "What's married? What's that?" Somebody
I know
had
what
to
happened.
start
The
it.
girl wanted a really nice piece of jewelry.
And that's what I was going to say. I think Hallmark came up with it.
You think that's
No,
what
it's before Hallmark.
But when
Oh, okay. So far, everything else has been serious.
when I mean,
Why does she always do that?
but when in civilization, when at the start of civilization,
I know, let's look
was
it
it
up.
a thing? Like, was it the Romans or the Greeks who,
whoever- it was
were the
probably the
corner?
Greeks.
It had to be the Greeks.
Yeah.
No, but the Greeks.
Yeah,
Why
maybe
did it
it
start
was
with the Greeks?
because they were like a love, like a romantic.
Yeah, they were very romantic,
era.
and they
Yeah.
had poets and
Yeah,
all those people, Demosthenes
and the
what
god
have
of
you.
love,
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
goddess
that's
of
what
I
love.
think we'll have to ask George Ravanis from Frank's Steakhouse if his family was involved in the first marriage.
Yeah, let's ask him that.
I'm sure he would.
But it's a societal thing, and I don't know, why. Is what I'm saying.
That was
I
my
guess I do know
perfect
why.
question when I was
Right.
driving to work. Say why?
Why would I? Why would we
Stu's
do this?
texting me now. I'm going.
Take
you
it.
know what?
Take it.
Shut up.
Good for you.
Girlfriend.
Good for you. Good for you, Stu.
Good for you.
Do you want to explain what the argument was about, or should we start?
Well, I can actually, because I'm just like a dumb blonde in the house, right? I notice the heat isn't up to par. It's set at 66. I wake up and it's 63. So usually it matches.
It's right.
Right?
That's what a
You guys know that,
that's
right?
what a thermostat's about.
Yeah. So, and then I went and I looked at another one, same.
We're agreeing because you don't want her turning on
I
us.
don't want.
Because I can pinch you both.
Yeah.
I mean, within pinching distance.
I'm
We don't
staying
want
on the
any
good
part of
side
that.
So then I
this.
look at another thermostat and it's set at 66 and it's 63.
Yeah.
I say, I think
A
we have
pattern.
I think we have something wrong with the heat. It's 0 degrees out, and it's just working very hard to catch up. And I'm thinking
That's a pretty good imitation.
I was just
Stu,
going to
by
say,
the
when
way.
people are telling the story,
Right.
see how she said it?
Right.
I just simply said.
Right.
You know?
And then Stu turns into.
Then I start yelling like, no, you're not listening to what I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
And he goes, why are you yelling at me? And I'm like, because you're not listening. And then he starts screaming, big fight. Anyway, so I get home yesterday,
Yeah.
and the heat's not working, and my thermostat in my car said 1 degree.
That's cold.
So it didn't. It wasn't a warm, cozy house to come home to.
Yeah.
Warm
So
and
then
inviting
instead
house.
of calling a heating man,
Emotionally and physically, it would seem.
instead of calling a heating man, he decides to go to Home Depot and waste another 2 hours. Oh, after he cooked dinner.
Is he a handy guy? Does he like to get these things done himself?
He's not a furnace guy. He
But
doesn't.
he builds houses.
No, he sells stuff to build houses. He's a
Alright.
salesman.
Okay.
So he's at home. So he wastes an hour cooking dinner. Then he wastes another hour going to Home Depot when we could have had like a plumbing company at our house and been nice and cozy.
Cozy, right.
Yeah.
So is it fixed ultimately?
I don't know.
You don't know.
We don't know that because he told me some really mean things this morning, and
Right.
here I am.
There you go. All right, you stay with
Like,
us.
don't-
The show can go.
Can
3,
I come
4
home with
hours
you
if want.
guys?
Sure. My heat's not great either. So I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning going, I know the pipes are going to freeze.
I know.
Because I live in an 1850s house and it's drafty and
I bet our pipes are frozen.
Yeah. So you do have those worries.
Yeah, so
You
we'll
never-
go to Rick's house, me and you.
This is what I do with my wife now. When I got to fix things around the house because there's always something to be done.
Right.
We had an electrical thing in my apartment upstairs, and it was just a switch. So she goes, it's electricity, call an electrician. I go, let me look, but I won't go beyond my capabilities.
Thank you.
And then I go, all right, I need some electrical tape. And if the electrical tape doesn't fix it, I'm out.
Well, that's the way I think Stu should operate.
Right.
Yeah.
And my wife goes, and I didn't have an answer for it. Why do you need the electrical tape? And I didn't really know, but it seemed like the thing to do.
Because duct tape works
Right,
for everything.
no, right.
Exactly.
But this was electrical tape.
Electrical tape is different than duct
Right,
tape.
but I surmised.
Should we get into that?
Oh, no.
No.
You're already having a lot of people turn on you today. Don't
Really?
Don't.
Who?
Well, it doesn't sound like you and Stu are really in it all.
I don't care.
I didn't want to.
I don't
know.
care.
Did I read into that, Tony?
No.
Or,
I
I was looking for an out.
Pretty on the head.
I was trying to get the duct tape in because we could always bring in Paul Gilligan, our favorite electrician.
Oh, Paul Gilligan's great.
We got to get him on one of these shows. Yeah.
And when did he come
When we
and just
start
flip
having
the switch?
when the moratorium on no guests is over. Yeah.
Well, we have a lot of fun on our own.
Oh, we
have a
don't
lot of
need
fun.
anybody.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying there's a moratorium. We
You
don't
were
need
calling this show what? The Tiger Woods.
It's the Tiger Woods of real estate. Right.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
It changed.
Yeah.
We're changing.
It has literally put the real estate industry on its head.
Right. Yeah.
Because no one took this approach
Right.
to real estate before
We
that.
decided everyone does the same steps, but not in the same order.
Right.
How's that?
That's
How's that a
right.
good segue to what we're
And
talking about today?
no one else thinks real estate's all that funny.
Right. I think it's a hoot.
Yeah, you help us out on that.
I think it's a hoot.
So do we. We laugh and laugh.
Well, and here's what. Yeah. Let me tell you why I think it's a hoot.
Go ahead.
Well, because it's at its root, like anything else, it's a simple thing.
Very, very much so.
The information that you need to know that we give out in this show could have been done in one show only.
Right.
Which is
So we just drag.
Right. No, but nobody believes us.
Right.
That's the thing. We have to keep saying it over and over again in a different form. Get yourself a good team. Hire a lawyer first,
Yep.
and then and
the rest of it's easy.
The rest will take care of
So
itself.
what you think it was? We're milking that one idea because we've been on the show, either radio or podcast, for 3 years.
3
so-
years.
Or 4 years.
Oh, close to 4
4 years.
right?
Remember our first radio
Yeah.
show when we were trying to tell them what the concept was?
Yeah.
Because they wanted me to talk
We're
about.
like, we don't even know what the concept is.
Right.
I-
There's
I-
no concept.
yeah, that's the concept. You hit it right on the head.
We'll figure it out when we get
No,
there.
I said, well, we're going to go on, but I want to bring my comedian friends on. In a real estate show, why would you do that? And I go, well, you'll see.
Leave it up
4
to me.
months in, that other blonde we used to deal with says, oh, he's actually very funny. Now I get it.
Kind of funny.
He's kind of funny.
Kind of funny.
Ed Sullivan, our producer, now gets it.
He got it from
He
the
has
get-go.
I get it.
Yeah.
So, and our huge studio audience, they get
that's
it.
why they clamor to
They're
be here
clamoring.
every week.
Yeah.
And the sponsorships we've been called on, it's just
We are
amazing.
turning them away at the door.
Or are they turning us away at the door?
One after another.
One or the
You
other.
want to know what I learned about real estate this month?
Yeah.
I do.
That I believe sales dipped a little bit in December.
You're exactly right.
Due partly to the holidays.
Yep.
And the government shutdown didn't help things
Right.
at all. But there's been a slight decline in the interest
rate?
Yeah,
and
very.
so we think it should generate a little bit more interest.
I don't think they.
We're going home.
I better put this on.
Just wanted you to know I pay attention.
No, you're right.
That's
on the,
awesome.
You're right on the money. So
Right.
what's going on from when I'm talking with Renee Carter and other buyers and other brokers? Buyers are now saying we've had enough of this. We've been competing way too long with offers and
Overpaying for a house.
overpaying
Overpaying
for
for
houses. We're
with marginal heat.
I thought you could say marginal spouses.
No.
That too.
That too. But they're saying they just don't want to. Their brokers are actually calling and saying, "Listen, do you have multiple offers? We don't want to deal with it anymore." So that's what I'm seeing. Some brokers, some listing agents are saying it's funny. We were getting prices over what we were asking, but now they all seem to be coming in $1,000 or $2,000 below the
Below.
asking
Well,
price.
listen.
And is that a starting point, or is that?
No, that's where it ended.
That's where
best
it's going
and
to
final?
end.
That's where
That's
it's
going to
gonna
where it's going to end.
And again, it might be freaky just because it's this time of year.
Well,
Right.
the other thing is most people don't have $50,000 or $60,000 more than they
want.
than they wanted to spend.
But
right?
they were 6 months ago, and I think they were getting a little bit over leveraged.
Yes, that's
You
what I
know?
mean. So when you sit down and do your numbers, and you're not going to ever say, you know what, I want to pay
Right.
$50,000 over the value of the house just to get in that house.
Right.
It's not worth it to them anymore.
And isn't that part of the issues that got us into the what we'll call the incident of 08?
the incident.
You're right.
The incident
You're right.
of 08 that
Yes.
people were overextending themselves.
Yeah.
People were giving out mortgages willy-nilly.
Yes.
Yeah, and people were taking all the equity out of their houses.
out of their houses.
and
if
then
there
when
was any. Because
No, but when up and leading
yeah.
up
Right,
into
up
it,
into
like
it, right.
we did refinances for borrowers 3 and 4 and 5 times in that
Right.
2001 to 2007, and by the time the market crashed, the real estate market crashed. They were in way upside down.
Let's ask Tony,
Because I already got an idea.
because you're like the economist here.
Yeah.
You have a house worth $500,000.
Yeah.
The bank lets you refinance $750,000.
Right, you 250,000 underwater. Is
Yes.
what you are at this
So
point.
why
you
wouldn't
need
that-
a big snorkel?
So,
Yeah,
very
so that person's thinking, I mean, I might just walk away. You
Right.
know,
right, because they got the 250.
They got
They
the
bought
250.
Yeah, sure.
their second
yeah.
home or their
Well, yeah,
boats
right,
and their
right.
motorcycles.
My,
and
my credits hurt a little bit, but I'm never going to dig out of this.
No.
But go ahead. You had a thought.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
When you get equity in your house, or if you take out an equity loan against your house, or you're trying to refinance or whatever, why not have an ATM embedded in the house,
Okay.
like
Okay.
right next to the door, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Right, so that when you go,
You can take $100.
You can take $100, but then
No.
you can check your balance
I
to
like that.
see
Yeah.
how close you are.
So if you take out like a $300,000 second or equity line,
Right.
you just have that on your ATM machine.
At your house, you don't have to go to another
right.
institution.
And your kids come in and say,
Right.
all right, I need $500 for
you-
this. All right,
check
well, let's
the
take
balance.
it out of the equity line
Right.
and just punch it right out.
But yeah, you punch it right. It comes out, right? And then you can, and now you have no excuse to not know how much money you got.
Right.
Now, when-
well,
you
the
can check the
only
balance.
problem with that is, I think when you get a home equity loan, you shouldn't be spending it. Wait a minute. No.
The only problem with that, she can only
There's
find one
one.
problem. Go ahead.
You shouldn't-
What's your one problem with that?
You shouldn't be using your home equity line to pay
To pay
bills and to live
Right.
and food.
But what Tony's
and-
saying, you've already done that. So this is just more of an accounting of
no,
it.
but you should be taking that money and improving your home, I think.
It's still
or,
the same,
Yeah,
still the
same-
same principle. Hey, we need a new floor. How much is that going to cost me? Okay, we got
Right.
that.
Right.
And then it's
And
going
the
to
money's
cost
just
me this
fire
much.
out.
All
Right.
right.
And
Then there's no problems with
then
that
there's
idea.
You just
No.
paid off your second home.
I did. I did.
No. Oftentimes, my
What Stu doesn't know is it's mine. It's not his.
he does
He's
now.
No, I
He's
remember.
not on the deed.
I remember doing the closing. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't do the closing.
You know,
Thank you, honey, for paying off my mortgage.
oftentimes my ideas are like Charles Manson. You know what I mean? If you listen to Charles Manson for 20 seconds, you go, "Oh, this is a very thoughtful, insightful man."
Yeah.
At second 25, you go, "Whoa,
He's got a swastika on his forehead.
this guy's a lunatic."
Well, we haven't figured that out yet,
Yeah.
Tony. So we're
All right,
listening.
we'll keep going.
Oh, so that's why this is why you're on the real estate show when they
Right.
ask us that.
Right.
I like when Kelly said that. I have one problem with that.
with an ATM
Well, one
embedded in you.
obvious problem, but
You know, I got a credit card the other day without even my
oh my God.
social security number.
It just came in the mail.
No, it was legit. I was calling up, and we won't mention the company, but I called up and I.
No, you didn't call up. We just did it online.
Oh, we did it online.
We just put in a fake social security number.
No.
Not on purpose.
Right.
We gave our real.
No, it must have gone in wrong. I must have typed it wrong or something.
Yeah.
And
so-
they asked him how much he made, and I put in the amount, and 2 seconds later, it pops back. Guess what? You get a
You're
credit
approved.
card for $10,000.
So then we're trying to set up online. They said, all right, what's your account number? What's your social security number? They said, ooh, that's not your social security number.
Yeah, we couldn't get online, so I call, and
Right.
they said, give us a social security number, and I gave his true
The
social
real number.
and they were like, that's not what we have. And I go, Rick, you just got approved for a $10,000 credit card
Too bad you
with an
didn't
erroneous.
Too bad you didn't remember that number. You could have just
I
taken
know,
it
right.
out. Right?
That's right. We should have said that. Well,
You know how many Rick
do you
hires
have?
there are?
What do you have?
I don't, right? This is my number, boy. But what did you think I said?
Right.
All right, so we're the Tiger Woods, so...
Yeah.
So this is actually pretty good. This
So
is,
what are we going to come up
this
with
is,
today?
This is... I'm hearing a lot of noises out there, but we're in
I know
this-
Ed Sullivan's getting a phone call. Tell him to get the hook and get these
Yeah,
eyes out of here.
Tell them we're only doing 17-minute shows from now on, and they're off. No, Tiger Woods, we always talk. He kind of changed the golf. I mean, before...
You and Tiger Woods always talk?
No, we were talking about Tiger Woods.
Oh.
Yeah.
See how she does that? Of all
I
the
turn.
of all the nonsense been on the show, that's what she's. That's what she's.
Because you're
critiquing.
supposed to be the attorney keeping us on track, and you never
Oh,
are.
okay.
I got a feeling any man that gets in her way today is in for it. I think we're all substitute
You're very
stews right now.
intuitive. Tony the intuitive one.
It's like a tag team. All right, I'm done. All right, you take it, Tone. I got it. Go ahead, Ken.
All right, so Tiger Woods changed golf. Mm-hmm. We're thinking we're changing the order of real estate.
Okay.
And what I'm thinking, and you're thinking, and Tony's thinking is.
Well, let's not.
That
That's what
wasn't-
I'm
yeah.
thinking.
I wasn't really thinking about anything
No,
much, but go ahead.
Wow, I just want. If it was a bad idea, I just didn't want to like it's
Right.
all my
No,
own. So I
no.
was trying to bring
Well,
you
it
down.
is, so
I was
go ahead.
trying to bring you down with us.
If
so.
you could take my EKG right now in my head, it'd just be
Yeah.
going.
Same with mine, but mine's up a couple
all right,
octaves.
so all right, I'm running with the show on my own. Is that what you guys say?
Yeah.
No, I'll jump in.
All right, so the typical order of a real estate closing is someone lists the house with the broker.
Yep.
Right? And then they stage the house. They get their photography done.
Well, and they spend a lot of money staging,
Spend
so
a
let's
lot
say
of money,
that.
a lot of money on staging, and they should. And
they might
statistically,
paint.
they're saying if it's staged, you're probably going to get a little bit more. It's going to sell a little quicker. If it's professionally photographed, that's going to.
So they get their money back.
They get their money back. So Then they get it all staged. They start thinking of doing the open houses. A couple weeks later, you're doing an open house. People come in. I'm droning on because this is how the process is. It drones on.
Keep droning.
And droning on. Someone comes in, gets an offer, says, all right, I'll do my home inspection. There's another week. All right, I'm going to put my application in the lender. All right, they're going to do the appraisal. All right, we have some banks that don't even tell us to do a closing until they're approved, which is probably 45.
Approved and cleared to close.
45 days later.
Right.
And then everyone's supposed to jump into action. So then you ask people, oh, do you have the smoke certificate?
Oh, I needed one of those?
You need. This is our head paralegal who's in charge of this.
No.
All right.
I'm just mimicking
She's
people.
got
All right.
She was being the voice of the people.
So you got to do a title search. You got to get smoke certificates. You got to get a plot plan. You got to get what's called a municipal lien certificate. Make sure there's no tax problems. So the point is, why do we wait 2 months to do all this stuff?
Well, here at Carter Law Office,
You wouldn't.
we don't.
It's done in 3 hours. You call Carter Law. 3 hours later, you'll be in your new home.
Well, not quite, but we are actually a lot more proactive than
A lot of people. Most people.
law offices because we have that sixth sense and we can foresee problems
Right.
down the road. So
Because you've done it. You've
We've
got a
done it
track
for a million
record.
years,
You
right?
know
we
what
would
to
rather
look
do
for.
the work. Even if there's a chance it might fall through, we're still doing the
Sure.
work.
Be proactive
Yeah.
instead of reactive.
There you go.
That's perfect.
There you go.
That's exactly what we do. Let's put that on our card.
That's all I'm saying.
I
for
like
the
when
rest
he
of the
smiles
show.
when he comes up with a nice
know.
hashtag there. I like that. I like that.
That's and I'm done.
That
That's
and when he laughs at his own jokes. That's the best.
I haven't laughed. Well, no, I didn't. The Geico one last week got me good. My own.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Other
The
than that.
staycation, you were howling that
Oh,
whole
my
show.
God.
We'll have to
Staycation.
bring that one up
Well,
again.
because that got me where I live.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
we're
he had
such,
I went away for a week.
such morons.
And he had another
all-
comedian egging him on.
Yeah.
which
Oh,
yeah.
It
That-
always
And
changes
that was
things.
you. Yeah. I went away for a
No,
week,
it
and
wasn't me.
all I can show for this staycation is this lousy mug. Anyway,
Greetings from the living room. You went to the living room? How was it?
yeah.
Oh, it was great.
we had a special spot in the living room. It was, So we'll save that for another show. Look at her. But I guess what we're doing is maybe suggesting to the brokers, maybe they be proactive. The smoke detector certificate I've seen twice lately where someone 2 weeks before the closing
More
decides.
than once this
Yeah,
year
that's
in
what I mean.
2018.
Smoke certificate?
So so what happened was they said, all right, a couple weeks before the closing, because they're only good for 60 days.
Right.
So this particular broker went in and did what she usually does, gets a smoke detector certificate, or thought she was going to get it. The fire department went crazy in the house, said, nope, this is not set up right. Your 5-bedroom house is now a 3-bedroom house.
Oh, my.
And it's
Yeah.
in a higher price range. Like
Right.
it's up in the 800,000s, right?
Right.
Or
Are you
was-
supposed
yeah.
to seal up the other 2 rooms?
Well,
Yeah.
they weren't supposed to use it for rooms. They had to use for storage.
Really?
But they didn't know this till 2 weeks before the closing. So,
Can you
curveball.
fix that?
Not unless you start getting variances and permits, which isn't going to happen 2 weeks before
So
the
that
closing.
nixes that deal.
Well,
Right.
then they had to renegotiate.
They figured it out.
Right.
And then I had another one where the insurance company, we made them figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is storage. That's where I store my second oldest.
That's where I store the kitchen. Another one, the insurance agent went in and said, the oil tank's not in compliance. So they battled about that. All I'm saying is, why don't you start that when you list the house?
If they're
Of
good for
course.
60 days,
Yeah.
right? And you're getting offers,
And when
very good offers, you might as well order your smoke certificate right then
Right.
and there.
Well,
Exactly.
also because if unless something drastically changes
Yep.
and you got to do it again,
Right.
then
Right.
you just do it again. It's
Right,
already
exactly.
been approved.
right, it's not like they're going
right.
to add
You
another
already know.
Bedroom,
Right,
right.
exactly.
in the 3 weeks' time. You're right.
Exactly.
You're right.
Exactly. We always say this. We'll talk about title searches in a second, but we've seen a million of issues. Those coming up weeks or two before. Here's a good one. Well, not,
Yeah,
you know.
example.
It's not a
It's
real
an example.
great one,
Well,
but it's...
good example.
People aren't going to be running and say that.
Oh, yeah, that was a great
The
one.
Real Estate House Party podcast. In the title, it said you can't have more than 3 bedrooms due to the the setup of the Title V.
So there are restrictions on a title, right?
There's restrictions on the title, and you probably don't know what Title V is, being from Charlestown, because you have town and city sewer.
Yes.
A lot of the.
I do know because of the house on the Cape.
You're right. Oh, that's right.
So
that's
it had
right.
a septic
It
system.
had
Yeah,
a septic
So they had to get a
system.
Title V.
Right.
And your family was very organized. You guys got that done very quickly. You guys.
Yes,
Well, that could
state
make
that for the record. My family was very organized. I just said yes to my sister. Yes,
Title
whatever.
V could ruin a deal.
Yeah.
Title V,
Yeah.
if it fails, it's a $30,000 problem.
Sure.
Right.
That's
So-
the too much. That's the too much poop clause.
It is. Or putting something down the toilet
that
that you're not
shouldn't
supposed to be
belong.
going down the toilet.
You had that. Well, we'll talk about that.
Yeah,
issue.
we had another one of that. Yeah,
that
Who
whole
knew you had a
topic.
great week?
Who knew you could flush a bowling ball?
So I think you might want to do the title search, because that derailed the closing, because they had on the title that no one knew about that you could only have 3 bedrooms in the house because of the setup of the septic system.
Right, the septic design.
So it was like 2 weeks before the closing. They said, "Oh, you know that house you've been marketing for 5 bedrooms is now really only a 3 bedroom."
Right.
So you and your family now have to come into one or 2 bedrooms.
And is that price, is that the
Right.
price that you wanted? Now you're in a contract, right? But is
Right.
that the price you wanted to pay for a 3-bedroom house?
No, you wanted 5 bedrooms
Okay.
for some
Right.
reason.
For a
Right.
reason.
A reason,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And it's not our business to understand what your
No,
reasoning
no,
is.
we don't care.
But you felt like you needed 5 and not 3.
Well, and
Elsewise,
also-
you would have been looking for a 3-bedroom.
And typically a 5-bedroom house is
It's big.
a lot more expensive
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
a 3-bedroom house.
2 bedrooms more.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you are the economist. So
Yeah.
so the broker's been marketing that as a 5-bedroom all along.
Now it's a
Right.
3-bedroom.
And then we run across title problems all the time, missing discharges of mortgages for something like a service credit union.
I got the answer.
What?
You market everything. Giant studio with walls.
That might have title problems.
It definitely has a title problem.
Wasn't that another idea you had probably about a year or 2 ago? Movable walls.
Movable
yeah.
walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in that case, they could move the walls to be a big 3-bedroom.
Three-bedroom,
Right.
right.
That actually
right.
came to fruition.
Right.
A lot of stuff
Of
was
course it
thrown
did.
out.
I'm way ahead of the curve. I think they tap into my brain when I'm
I
sleeping.
know, I know,
think
I
they
wonder.
do.
You're like the Jetsons of the 1960s. All the stuff they
No,
talked
I
about
always
came
thought
about.
that was movable walls.
Yeah.
Do you say it out loud because you know your phone is listening to you, right?
Oh, everyone's listening.
I know.
Yeah, your phone is listening.
The phone is listening.
Yeah,
No, you're
oh,
right.
yeah.
We've
You're
been
right.
having we have a conversation at work and nobody's touched their phones.
Right.
It's just they're sitting on their desk, and then all of a sudden you start getting
Whatever you're talking
ads
about.
for
Like
whatever you're talking
Like
about.
I'd like to
Really?
go to Hawaii or whatever, and all
And
of
all
a
of a
sudden
sudden he gets an ad on the side of his Facebook thing, like trips to Hawaii.
Even when you're not on your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, that's frightening.
Yep.
that artificial intelligence.
Wow.
It's crazy.
They're all watching.
Nothing
Siri
artificial.
pretends she's asleep and she's not.
No, that one's always listening.
Are you supposed to yell that out? Yell out Alexa. See how many people.
I know. Well, the other day I was yelling something. I don't know what I said, and Alexa goes, Siri goes, "It's not about me. It's about you." Like it came up on
Wow.
my screen, and I'm like,
Even
Wow.
Siri's in on it.
I go, you know
Kathy-
what? I wasn't talking to you, Siri.
Kathy, take a breath.
You're absolutely right. And your husband is wrong.
Right. This is your phone speaking, and you trust me.
You know, we're 100% behind you.
It's all about you.
You know, I noticed it was cold,
I
too.
said I knew that, Siri.
Siri says it's
all
cold
about
out.
me.
But your husband gets a little angry about it. I'm glad you brought it up. So, all right. So title searches should probably be done. This be the last time we say this. We've said this for like 3 or 4 years.
No, they don't get it.
They don't get
We
it.
got to say it
No,
every
you
show.
come up with it every show. Seminar you do, every presentation
it.
you do, everything you do, you
It's
say
the,
it.
It's the basis of this show.
And everyone
It's
always
why Carter
says-
law exists.
Exactly.
And everyone always says, "Good idea,
Great
Rick.
idea,
That's such a
Rick."
great. Let's get this implemented."
Right.
And then
They don't implement.
Right.
end
right,
of story.
Right.
Right.
exactly.
Never hear from
We're
them
having
again.
another seller seminar seller seminar for the brokers
Right.
February
Yeah.
13th. You're more than invited to
When
come
is
and
it?
share some of your ideas.
What day of the week is that?
That is
It's
a
a Wednesday,
Yeah.
and you
Around,
get a
I'll
free
come.
lunch.
No.
That's why I'm going
Nice. From where?
at
Davio's.
Davio's.
At Davio?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we're not fooling
Nothing-
around.
They know.
Nothing.
They know their food over there.
Yeah,
know their
we are
food.
not fooling around.
Oh,
They have a
2019.
diet menu now too.
They do.
What's with the rolling of the eyes? What's the matter?
You don't go to Davio's, the diet.
I'm telling you.
What's their diet? Do you know what's on it?
Probably protein
chicken and sausage.
vegetables.
Protein and vegetables. That's how I eat now.
No carbs.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'd be happy with that. It's a nice piece of chicken and some veggies.
Yeah. I would
doing
kill
good.
for a couple of potato chips, but that's beside the
know.
point.
I know.
On the Whole30, the thing I'm doing, you can have potatoes or make your own potato
Yeah, you were saying
chips.
that.
You know, like
with
like-
potatoes?
With potatoes.
How about-
Yeah.
It's mostly the oils that it's cooked in. Anything partially hydrogenated or corn or like that is not
Anything
so
How
like
about that
that.
feast we had at Somerville? He was bringing out the bowl of
Oh
potatoes.
my!
Your eyes
oh
are
my
like.
God, Vinny's. Oh,
Yeah.
the best roast potatoes.
We're just throwing out names to get sponsorships
Did
today.
you do you have an air fryer?
Yes, I got
Isn't
one
that
for
the
Christmas.
best? Have you tried the broccoli?
Yeah, no
Broccoli.
No.
Yeah, you put some broccoli in like a gallon bag. Put a tiny bit of olive oil and
shake it up.
red pepper, salt, pepper, whatever
yeah.
you want.
And then fry it
garlic,
up?
and you shake it all up and dump it in there. It's to die for. Maybe a little bit of soy sauce.
Hey,
All right, let's see what we've got resolved today. Some diet tips. All right, we got
I'm
diet
gonna
tips.
have that tonight.
Diet
Yeah.
tips.
I added a little packet of like good sugar. I forgot the name of it.
Coconut sugar. Or
Ed Sullivan,
low
our
glycemic.
producer's wondering what he's going to
Yeah,
put down
like,
for
organic
buzzwords to this show.
Something.
Yeah.
Good sugar.
Yeah.
I forget what the name
no
of it
such
is.
thing, but I get it.
Stevia.
Oh,
don't really-
stevia.
Yeah. So and it gave it a little bit of a sweet taste,
Yeah, yeah.
and then the soy sauce was a
That's,
little bit.
that's really called rationalization, but
What?
that's okay. That's all right.
What's rational?
Good
We do it all.
sugar?
We do it all.
Stevia. We do it all the
Yeah,
time.
stevia.
Yeah, stevia. I think that's it.
Yeah.
So we took care of some diet tips for people who own homes.
Sure.
So this is why it's real estate
Some
related.
marital issues.
If,
Yeah,
if you live in a house
Get
with
an
your
air
spouse,
fryer.
Right.
get an air fryer.
We somehow managed to bring Tiger Woods down to our level. These are no small feats, by the way.
And we'll leave with this.
We all leaving already?
Well,
Yeah, it's 31 minutes and 37
Oh,
seconds.
we're being kicked out,
We're
right?
being
But we're
kicked
just
out.
saying, we're just
We're
leaving.
being kicked out.
We're leaving on
and
our
all
own,
the
right?
rage is going to be ATM machines in everyone's houses that have an equity line.
Best idea to come along.
Yeah.
Since last week.
I'd like it to be hooked up to someone else's house, though, in my house.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you want to use my fake social security number?
Yeah,
Sure.
I'd love to.
All right, thanks for joining us at the Real Estate House Party. Attorney Rick Carter, Kathy Holtshouser, Paralegal Extraordinaire, Mr. 2018 Comedian of the Year, Tony V. And you can see why. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.